We are gathered here today once again for another lecture. Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Antonio. Got another video for you guys. And my mangoes are falling from my tree, man. This one is burst. Look at this. This is a waste. Another one. Burst. But yeah, so hopefully everybody's doing okay. You know, my so-called lunch break, you know, taking a little breather. There's no rain today, but I'm sitting in the house with the air conditioning and getting some work done. Practicing my herbalism and whatnot. Rolling herbs, rolling up flowers, and creating sage bundles and things like that. You know, so weird, right? You jump from crystals, you jump from that and go to writing. And this guy paints. This guy is a freaking botanical artist. Yeah, I'm working on a botanical book, art book, putting flowers, crushed dried flowers and stuff like that, different leaves and plants in a book, of course. This is me, man. Yeah. Becoming more and more in tune with my destiny and my purpose over time. But this is more of a message in regards to you know, a lot of things that we see going on in the world today in regards to the separation, the anxiety, the hate, the fear, you know, all these issues that are affecting us. I mean, if we are indeed, which I believe is a lie, if we are indeed as a human species living on this planet, if we have to worry about things like global warming and the ozone layer and all this stuff like that, you know, why are we still killing each other and hurting each other and hating each other when we have bigger issues to worry about? Like, it gets so confusing sometimes. You know, Professor X from the X-Men, the Cerebro, how he's able to connect to every mutant or every person on the planet using his brain and his little computer helmet. Man, I wish I had one of those. But no, this is a message in regards to safety, you know, dealing with the police. People think the police should be defunded and things like that. You know, it's become a freak show. It's become a circus at this point. People around the world are seeing what's going on in this country, America. And there's an asterisk on both sides of the word freedom. You know, so weird, man. I vividly can remember myself at 28 years old, coming home from work at, you know, 6 o'clock in the evening, still broad daylight, just walking down the street in a friggin' suit and tie, dress shoes on, and I get pulled over by a white female cop who pulls her gun on me for whatever reason, talking about domestic violence. Like, lady, I just came home from work. My lady's at home right now waiting for me to get home. She just texted me and said dinner's ready. Like, why are you bothering me about domestic violence? Come to find out, some girl done called the cops on her boyfriend. We all know how those situations, what happens. Someone either gets killed or someone gets taken in. But yeah, and it had the whole situation affect me. Like, I'm looking at this girl with the bonnet sticking up on her head, freaking all the way down the street, yelling about, that's not him, that's not him. And that's the thing. You're calling the police on your boyfriend or your baby's daddy or whatever, and you finna have this man killed. You finna have me killed. Like, the heck? But when it comes to these things, you know, some of us are cool, calm, and collected. We know our rights. We know to remain silent. Or whatever the case may be. You know, people are using their cell phones nowadays. The correct way to use your cell phone. And this is what I wanted to come out here and talk about. So, you know, there's all types of codes of ethics, and there's all types of people being on code in certain situations, groups and gangs and things like that. You know, everyone is in their particular groups. Whether you want to call it the police, or whether you want to call it the Black Panthers, or the grassroots movement, or the so-called presidents of the United States. I like to see outside of all these groups, I like to see all these people stand on their own, like somebody like me. But dealing with these types of situations, I explained it before in the past, man. If the police have somebody in a George Floyd situation, we don't need everybody standing around not doing nothing and people yelling yelling into the situation, raising the anxiety, making the people even more anxious and afraid or angry or whatever the case may be. This is the type of things you hear at a concert, people yelling and screaming and acting all emotional and out of control. We shouldn't be doing things like that. When you see a situation like that, the proper thing to do if you want to help, take out your cell phone. Stay a moderate distance so that you're able to do what you need to do at the end of the day. Take your cell phone out. We need to know where you live at. We need to know where these police live at, just to keep them on their toes. Stay away. Don't bother the police officers as they're doing their job. Don't interfere in their investigation. What they call that charge, obstruction of justice. Even though citizens have citizen arrest as well when cops think they want to do something. No, what you want to do, everybody involved in this situation, get your cell phone out, take pictures or record their driver's license tag. Take pictures of their car, take pictures of the back of their car. Ask questions like, what's your badge number? What's your name? They don't want to talk, like I said. We know the time and the place. We know what officer was driving what car. The numbers is right at the top of the car, right under the police light. Y'all don't know that though. Start taking pictures and start video recording their badges, their car tags. Be calm and collected. And if something does go crazy or something does go bad, you know, pull up Summer, you know. I had a dream. I was awoken from a dream last night where the ultimate solution for something like that or George Floyd, it's like, bro, during that whole situation, while you're treating a human being like that, are you married? Do you have kids? Hopefully somebody's treating your wife and your kids good right now while you're torturing somebody else. So that's why we need their name tags. That's why we need their car tags, so that we can have their addresses or the addresses to their precinct. This is how you do things. This is how you organize. This is how you hold people accountable. You don't choke a grown man out in the middle of the street and think your family at home is safe while you're doing that, and think you get to go back on lunch the next day. You don't get to stay inside your house, Asian folks, peek out the window, and just because somebody put one step on your grass as they're walking down the street to avoid a car, you're shooting out your window and shooting little kids. Now, I've had all types of friends. Like, I have a Asian coworker named Dewey that looks just like this Asian guy that's shooting kids in these news articles. Look just like the dude. It almost triggered me because I'm like, I sat next to a guy like that before, and he was cool with me. Ooh, it's a nice one. Look at that. So abundant. I must be saying something right. The tree is giving me presents. But no, literally, honestly, you know, I don't want to be one of those people that was like, oh, I had Asian friends, I had Spanish friends, I've had Haitian friends, I've had all types of friends. Like, the truth is, while they want to call us the N-word or niggas in this country, why am I trying to be so nice? At one point in this country, Irish people were considered niggas. We're not allowed to go to certain places. They didn't have a pub in this mug. A pub in this mug. Funny, right? Even Italians, before they became the gun-toting dudes like Al Capone and all that, they were the original drug dealers and weed smokers and weed dealers. They were the N-words of their community, just like the Jews were. Same thing that's happening to black folks now that has not stopped happening to black folk, that happened to Jews for a short, tiny, incremental time in history. It's still happening to people right now. But yeah, at one time, Jews were considered niggas. Italians were considered niggas. Irishmen were considered niggas in this country. And guess what? I've had friends from all those different cultures. So it is indeed a time for these things, a place for these things, you know. Unless there's going to be a completely new ethnicity or race that comes up, they're going to be the N-words next. But yeah, man, it's just weird. There's certain ways of doing things, man. People have to play their part. Again, you have to keep an open mind, keep a clear channel. Don't get so emotional when these scuffles and these fights are going on. You know, the more irritated and more irate and the more yelling that's going on in these situations, you make it more likely that someone's not going to make it home. Be smart. Stay your safe distance away. I mean, they try to be slick and say, don't record us. Do like this. Record a selfie video of you. You would probably see the tag here. Stand how much distance you away from, be like, yo, I'm taking a picture of myself. I'm shooting a selfie video, like. And don't be the one person just standing out there so that they could take advantage of you and be like, oh, what are you doing? Get on the phone, get on Facebook, call all your friends and tell them, yo, this dude got somebody on the floor right now. I think they in trouble. Or, yo, this person is shooting kids in the neighborhood. Like, call everybody. Call all the cousins, call all the uncles, call all the friends, call everybody. We need to pull up to their crib right now. Like, that's how you do things. In solidarity, in organization. There's a code that should be followed. You follow you follow everything else but what you're supposed to be doing. Again, people are masterminds when it comes to doing something wrong, but when it comes to doing something right, nobody don't know what they're doing. But I'm not gonna spend my whole break out here ranting with y'all. You know, it's gonna be many, many more. I like to talk about these types of things. Not really it's not really a whole political thing or anything like that. You know, it's just, you have to be more careful. Like, if I go to a restaurant, I'm expecting the servers to serve me right. I'm expecting to have clean silverware. I'm expecting not to have to ask you to fill up my lemon water. I shouldn't have to ask you for a refill. Like, and that's just, it's a certain way of doing things. But hopefully you guys take heed to what hopefully I was able to I was trying to get across. It's just more of, you know, these, and they evolve. You know, all these different organizations evolve. Like, again, take police. You're talking about defunding the police. All they had back in the day was a shotgun, a stick, and a dog. The original slave patrol. You don't even want to know what's going on now in 2021. Outside of social media, FBI, Instagram, Facebook, Instagram. You don't think they have hackers? You don't think they have engineers in the police industry, or whatever they want to call it? Like, they ride around in expensive Chargers with laptops in their car. You don't think that they have access to every camera in your neighborhood? Anyways, that's it for me. You guys need to start using this technology in a proper way. The angels or the people or the generation that learns the magic of the time or learns how to use the technology has the upper hand. Be safe.